We have had lots of experiences together, been through both of our divorce, both of our remarrieds. He was a safe place for us when we were building a house, like when we were living with my ex-in-laws. We would go and hang out with him.
Welcome to Taste Your Magic. I'm Ruth Barkley. This is our YouTube channel, and we serve people all over the world. We help them with their gifts. We amplify their businesses, their relationships. We even talk to their animals. And on this channel today, we are doing readings. And in readings, there's anything from oracle reading, anything about yourself with questions, anything about your animals. We can talk to your animals, or even a loved one who's passed on. We call those angel connections. And today I have a good friend with me who also has a podcast, and this is Patrick. Patrick, thanks for driving up and coming in and playing
Driving
again.
up,
I'm the one that drove so far.
The whole 5 minutes.
I know, I wish I was like that close. I'm a long drive to the studio.
I got walked over.
I know. I just coming from the country and then all the way up is good. But do you have a question that I can support you in or help you or answer today?
You asked me that before, and I don't really have any questions. I've had a few close people die in the last year, and they were sudden, both of them. And there's a lot of unanswered questions there. How are they? What happened? It was kind of left unsaid before. So I don't know if I really have any specific questions. There's just a lot out there that I would like to know more, but
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah. So last time we met, we were on your show. I got to share a little bit about you and what's going on real quick. But today it's like your friend, what's his name?
Steve.
Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Steve is who passed on.
A year ago, yeah.
So he keeps coming in. And before I get going, do you have a question for Steve?
Yeah, why didn't he go see the damn doctor when I told him to?
He's like, of course he's going to have a question. So he's saying he didn't want to know. He didn't want to know things. Because sometimes you can just keep going and things change. And he was hoping that they would change. He was hoping that, he said he kept having a weird pain in the stomach, and that he thought it was more of his diet, and he didn't really want to change his diet. And so he kind of just dealt with it with things. How do you know how he died?
He had a large pulmonary embolism.
Okay.
Do you know what a pulmonary embolism is?
That's the one in the head?
No. So he had a clot that was assumed it was formed
in his heart.
Well, it ended up in his lungs. So it was big. It basically filled his lungs. I know that, and his diet is definitely things, because I know that he was not controlling his alcohol intake. I'll tell you that. And
that's the diet. He was like, I'm not wanting to change it.
No. And there was a lot of hidden stuff there too. So
yeah. Well, the pulmonary, that was a shock to him as well. So he was thinking there was something happening right here in his stomach area that was jacking him up.
Well, that's true, because that was one of his number one complaints, even as he was dealing with the symptoms of his death. It was mostly his stomach.
Oh, okay.
And so there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah. And he's like, if I was to listen to anybody, I would have listened to you. And I didn't listen to you. And he doesn't regret it. He doesn't regret going.
No, I know. I knew that too.
And he says he feels good about the decisions that were made to leave, and it went fast.
Yeah, it did.
And that was some of the stuff he was praying for, was if I go, just make it fast. Do you have any questions for him?
No, I mean, that was other than why he didn't listen. I mean, that was the
main question.
I hated him for a while for not heeding some of the advice.
Mm-hmm.
I'd flip him off every single time I drove past his work. So after he died.
Oh man, he's like, I would too.
Tell him his most favorite phrase was "You're stupid."
Oh my gosh.
So
he's happy that it was him first between the two of you guys. He says that you've had a couple close calls in your life too. And really, he just wants to let you know that he loves you. He appreciates the friendship. He actually considers you a brother. It's more like that.
Well, that's true. That's true too.
And he wants you to just keep remembering the brother love part of him. And if you need to flip him off anytime, he's like, anytime you need to do that, it's fine with me, because I understand. And yeah, so tell me about the brother part. You guys were that close, huh?
Yeah, we've been friends since sophomore year in high school. We have had lots of experiences together, been through both of our divorce, both of our remarrieds. He was a safe place for us when we were building a house. Like when we were living with my ex-in-laws, we would go and hang out with him, and we've just been hanging out buddies ever since high school. So yeah,
he's like wild fun.
Yeah, there's been a lot of wild that happened. That is very true too.
And he's like, I'm like, well, like what? And he's all, just wild stuff. It's good. And that's it. But anyway, that's all he really wants.
You can tell him. Well, he knows that some of the close calls were his fault though too.
It's like, my bad, oops.
Yeah.
He's kind of just like, he's pretty carefree, but feels like he could have a temper on the other side of it if he needed to. That he thanks you. He thanks you for just being there for him. Thanks you for caring. Thanks for asking him for help and letting him be there for you, because that helped him in a lot of ways as well. In some pretty dark moments, he was able to kind of pull out and help, and that was really good.
There's a lot of truth to that too.
Do you care if he just kind of hangs out for a little bit and then we'll talk about something else?
Hey, for the most of the time, I just assume that he's there anyway. So
you're used to it.
Yeah.
That's good. So do you want to talk to anybody else, or do you want to talk about you?
We can just talk about me, because now this is rough. So me at least I can laugh at myself a little bit more. So
yeah. Well, we don't even have the tissues here right now.
That's right. I don't need it. I'm not crying. I don't know what you're talking about. You are.
He's like, I am. Steve's like, I'm crying. Okay. But he's going to need to be quiet while we talk about you. I have a feeling he's going to jump in with some sarcastic stuff here and there.
Oh, that's definitely not him.
He would love to be able to do that. So maybe we'll let you pop in once in a while. But we're going to go to you.
Okay.
And A lot of what is awakening in you is that the power of your heart space. Remember, like, you connect really well with the heart first, but you tend to go and try to connect with your eyes or somewhere else in a feeling, because if you connect deep into the heart, then you might see too much and you don't know what to do with it, right? If you know too much about a person and they don't want help, that's a really hard position to be in. And you get stuck in those positions a lot with your gifts. And then so
Okay.
something that is coming in to help you out is like a confirmation that it's okay if you don't help a lot of the people that you know about. It's okay if you pull that energy back in and utilize it for yourself.
How do you pull that energy back in, though?
So a way that they're showing me for you is, have you ever played with like an energy ball?
No.
Okay. So you can go like, for your heart, you're going to, you'll first rub your hands, and I'll show you real quick and then I'll have you do it, okay? And you'll start to feel the energy in your hands. And then what you're going to do is you're going to expand it until you feel it kind of get a little bit like tight, right? Like you're stretching it pretty far. And then at that point, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of bring it in. And as you do it, you're going to take a deep breath, bring it into your heart. But then they're also saying that you're going to want to circle around and like align your chakras. Okay. And so then you let the energy go like this. And then they want you to open it back up again. And then this way you can have like a clear sight. But then you'll lift it up. This is really interesting. And then you'll come down through your head and absorb it through your whole body. Okay. And you can do this with people, without people. So go ahead and rub your hands first. You feel how that starts to build up, right? And then when you're ready, you're going to start to pull and allow the energy ball. And you'll keep breathing. Good. Good. And you'll feel it like your whole body will start joining it a little bit, because you're pulling in energy and creating it. And now when you're ready, go ahead and open your hands up as much as you can, kind of feel where this, it doesn't matter how big it is. It's more of like understanding what you've got. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring it together like a ball, and then breathe it in to your heart and take all that energy into your heart and feel it come in. Yep. Yeah. And then breathe it in all the way into your spine, all the way anywhere your body can absorb that. And now you're going to align your chakras. One down, one up, and you'll feel alignment. Keep it like that until you start to feel like a straightening of yourself. Good. And now you're going to come together with your hands. And you're going to open up. This is a safe space to open up and see things if you want to, right? But now what you'll do is you'll come up, like all this energy, you're going to lift it up, and you're going to bring it in down through the top of your head and let it hit all of your body in steps. Yep. And keep breathing it in. Keep breathing it in. Yeah. Very good. So what that does is that allows your energy that's going out through your heart a lot to come back in, and it helps it to build it, not drain it, but build it. And the energy comes from around you. all over. The things that are wanting to help you, the things you're asking for, stuff that you don't need to you're just getting it back,
Mm-hmm.
And then as you bring it into your heart, now your heart can feel that breath, can feel that energy again. And then when you hit the alignment part, now your whole body can join that energy instead of it going like this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. And then if you want to, this part is like opening up, just opening it up so you can see, right? But then after that, you're going to like lift the energy up and come down. And what did you notice when you did that? Could you feel things? Could you see things? Did you?
So I was surprised to actually feel like a tension here, pulling it apart. I was surprised to feel that. I didn't notice too much on the opening side, but I did feel it as you were pulling it back in. I could feel it I could actually feel it as it pulled all the way through down, and it pretty much it stopped at about just below the heart level here, not quite at the bottom of the lungs, but mostly just right down here is where it kind of stopped. And I think that's where I let go too. So I don't know if I let go too early or if it's just where I stopped feeling it at that point and was more comfortable to let it go.
Yeah. I think your heart and your shoulders and your neck and your head and your eyes, I think all of that's needing that extra support right now. So it probably absorbed it all right there. It's just like, this is good stuff right here.
So you just ran out, just like,
like
that's it.
Oh, we're a little thirsty.
It's not quite full yet, so you need to do it again.
Yeah, and all of this is just in case you ever need to like just see some clarity, right? And so this part, I don't know how much you would feel other than just a clarity space.
When you're opening up?
Mm-hmm. With it. And so I think that if you can do that, what you're going to be able to do is understand more of the ones that you can pour more into, that it's going to work.
Okay.
Versus just all of these people that are coming up and saying, oh, I need help, but they really don't want help. They need help, but they don't really want help.
Yeah.
Which drains you.
Yeah.
So that'll help you to kind of pull back in.
Or not accepting of the help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your buddy Steve. He was pretty quiet through that. That was good. So if you do the energy too, you can bring it all the way through your body if you're standing up maybe in other spaces. But right now, do you have any questions?
No, that was awesome.
Yeah, that will center you also. It will revive the energy points of you. It will line you up quickly and it'll help you have some clarity on, is this for me? Or, maybe I get a higher, like to say, hey, how about you go, to call so-and-so, or just, hey, I'm sorry you're going through this, and then walk out.
Fair enough.
Be able to do that. So I want to play some more with you. We're going to later dive in somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to have you come down to the ranch. You're coming down to the ranch, right?
Yeah, we got to bring my kid down there.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get a trailer to bring Gus down there with us.
We'll let you guys play on our horses first, and then you can bring
the old guy.
The old guy.
He's an old dude.
Down, but that would be good. We'll have you out, and we'll play with you guys riding on the horses, and maybe we'll get a leash on.
Yeah, we all like riding.
Okay, we'll make it fun for her.
I prefer mine with 2 wheels and not 4 legs.
I get that. I totally get that. Okay, well, thanks for coming on. Give me a hug.
Oh, love it. Thank you.
Way across. And probably the hardest thing for me is actually shutting these down fast so that our viewers can absorb what they learned out of this, witnessing you. Thanks for bringing all that up for you, for me, and for everyone watching. If you feel called to do some of this stuff, it works good. It helps. And thanks for watching.